My experience so far selling books, or at least my experience so far listing books on eBay to sell, there's been its pros and cons. Now let's start off with the cons. First, there's a barrier to entry. Basically, it takes some getting used to knowing what to select. Oftentimes you scan a book and it doesn't scan, then you have to search for the book and it turns out that they just never entered the number. But to be honest, that's with anything. But it is kind of hard to know what sells and what doesn't, and once you get past that, things do get better. I'm not there yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. Another con is that books don't sell as often as other things. You need to have a lot of listings in order to generate some sales. Let's contradict the last con with a pro. So let's start with the pros. Books tend to cost $1 to $2, sometimes a little bit more. Whereas anything else, cameras and stuff like that, would be like $5, $10, $20. Profit margin on a book is a lot higher. Not only that, but you get to use media mail, which is cheaper in general cases. It usually costs less than Ground Advantage, so there's that. But let's say you buy 10 books, $1 each, that's $10, and you create the 10 listings. Chances are in a couple weeks you probably sell 3 or 4. Now you do the same thing with electronics. $10, you probably get 1 item, and chances are in a couple weeks you'll sell it. But the profit margin of an item that costs you $10, typically from experience, you're gonna get about $30, $40 in profit. Now in 10 books, seems like you'll typically get about $8 to $10 per book. So let's say on the low end, if you sell all 10 books within a couple of weeks, that's $80, which is a better profit. Then again, it's got to take into effect that books don't sell as often, so I guess it comes out kind of even. Maybe you sell 3 or 4 books, then you make the same profit you would have made in something that will cost you $10. So basically it comes out the same. But that ties into another pro, which is, since you could acquire a lot more, books look nice. You could fill shelves, bookcases, decorate your house with books until they sell. If I start putting a bunch of junk, electronics and VCRs, DVDs, one on top of the other, my house is gonna start looking like a thrift shop. Now yes, I have a dedicated area, which is my studio in the garage. Even then, it's beginning to look nicer just because of the books. So that's a huge pro right there. Another pro, it seems to me that there will be less scamming when it comes to books. Because if somebody wants to scam you, they're gonna order, I don't know, a PlayStation or something else, not a book. So basically the characteristics of a book buyer versus a non-book buyer, like somebody that buys watches or cameras and stuff like that, I feel safer selling a book. So yeah, there's a lot of positives, a lot of pros to selling books, but I am still struggling. I am still putting things together. I still have a lot of things that I purchased that I haven't posted yet. Another pro of selling books is that it's easier to take pictures and easier to list. In most cases, I don't even need fancy lighting. I can do it out of my desk with my poster size post-its, put it on top of my desk, turn on my box light facing up on the brightest white mode to reflect down and take a picture right there. So far, most of the books, that's how I've done. Put a stack of 20 and just take picture after picture after picture. Whereas anything else, for a VCR, you need a different space than you need for an alarm clock or a CD or a game, a shirt. A book, same surface, one after the other, sitting from my desk, midnight, I could just take pictures. The pros of selling books completely overcomes and obliterates all the cons. Now there is one con though, but that's in my personal my personal con, is that since now I'm trying to get into books, whenever I go to a thrift shop, instead of searching for everything I want, all the knickknacks and crap that I sell usually, I end up stuck in the book area for a while, and then I just speed through everything else. But again, that's on me.